morning.
Madison House of the Arts.
Yes,
So introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Jerry Johnson.
I'm Saeed Muckman.
And I'm Eve Moxley.
Awesome.
I'm part of the Madison House Youth Board.
I'm not going to have to say a word. So give us, somebody or maybe each of you a little bit, give us an overview of Madison House of the Arts.
So the Madison House is a safe, sober, creative space for people of all ages and all kinds to come and just feel safe, feel themselves and everything. Even if they have problems with it, whether it is like drug use and everything, they're a place where they can get away from that. And we can just help them out as much as we can and help, youth express themselves and just help the community overall.
So you all are a 501c nonprofit?
Yeah, a 501c3 nonprofit.
Okay.
We've been that way for, I'd say, just about 5 years. Well, it started off as a art gallery in the basement, and it just excelled then. The Madison House, as of today, started just about 2-3 years ago, and we became a nonprofit then. Like at the beginning, I think it was somewhat becoming a nonprofit like before then too.
So tell us about some of the things that you do. We talked about some things, and also some of your events.
Okay. So since each of us do something different, I'll just pass it off. But me, I host like stuff like food banks, karaoke. I'm also having a new program coming out with Kids Open Gym, where the kids will learn something and like about music, what brings people together through music and art, and then they'll have their jam, and then next thing you know, after that we just have a decompression time. And then we have other stuff like open jam, regular open jam and stuff, and then next thing you know, we have another program coming out where we're gonna have kids come in and have a prompted journal and just express themselves either through music or just through poetry, and we'll just go from there and just try our best to show these kids that you can be confident and conquer any obstacle through what you love. Because I've been there where I didn't really have much, and music really helped me out. The Madison House helped me out the way I want to help people out too.
I'll eventually be hosting an event where it's free drum lessons, easy to explain. The Madison House of Arts is where I found my real passion for music and art and expression. I always did writing and occasional, and I tried to do music, wrong genre. But I found my love for rock music, and my real passion for creating really came with the Madison House of the Arts. So eventually I'll try to give, just like the youth really is like the next step of the Madison House of Arts, the younger kids coming in and out. So we're going to try, my goal personally is to make events where I can try to help kids find their niche, find something that they find a passion or hobby they can really like devote a lot of their time in life to, really. And so there's that. We also, the Madison House, not me specifically, we do mental health check-ins. They're free on Instagram. We sit down, we have a nice back and forth conversation. It's free, it's open, just proper communication really, because a lot of people don't get those nice deep mental health talks that they need to get, and those alone can really put someone in a different mindset. And Madison House of Arts, Chris Townsend really provides that, and I think that's a really nice thing to just give to anyone who really needs it.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's so many resources and events that happen at the house. There's so much outreach that we're able to take part in through food banks, through music events. We're actually throwing a event with a foster care program that's coming up real soon, where we're gonna bring potential foster parents in, and we're gonna show off their the foster kids' art, display it, and we're gonna have a little music and just give out resources and people who aged out of the foster care system to speak, and just give them resources on how to get into that field and maybe help a kid find a home. So it's something really big that we're going to be a part of soon.
How many children and people do you think come through there in a week or a month or a year?
So going ahead and start off on a big scale, a year, there's different faces. It's hard to count. One moment we can have this set of people, and then the next moment we can have a different set of people. People come and go. We just had someone new who came from South Carolina, and they heard about the place and they chilled for a little bit. They're supposed to be coming back soon. I can't remember their name, but yeah. So people come in and just go whenever they please. We're mainly open just about every day. We are having a set schedule now, so we just try to help people the best way we can.
Yeah,
That's
people-
one. Oh, you go, sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say people from all walks of life come to our house and are welcome at our house.
It's really interesting how people from like nowhere, no one cares, Kentucky, end up in Lynchburg, Virginia, and always end up coming to the Madison House of Arts. That is one thing I found really funny.
Definitely. I had family from New Jersey, and they was like, show me this place that you talk about, or show me this place that I see you play at. And I'm just like, okay. And the next thing you know, just a bunch of other people that they shout out just come check out the place. I'm just like, okay.
That's awesome.
So it's just a domino effect.
So you touched on the food pantry, but you all have a clothing drive.
Yes, we do. So right now we're doing socks and underwear mainly, and throughout the seasons we change it up. So we're gonna start soon getting coats for the winter, because it's starting to get to that point where we're gonna need those coats ahead of time. So we're gonna start a coat drop again soon. And also on top of that, with Eve's program, because she does crates, and she goes to different places just to get food, and then bring it to the Bella's Donation Center, where we have like free food. Where if you don't feel like you want to sign up for the food bank, we still have a place to where you could get food that you need, and food, water, and also with the donation center there's also clothes as well, and you choose what you want. So here and there we get shoes, different stuff, like
Hygiene
I said,
products.
hygienic products, spray on deodorant, soap, whatever you need, we can find it. You got you. There's times where people came to the Madison House, it's just like, hey, I need diapers, and we would go out to get it.
And that ties in with your support for the homeless,
Yes.
which there's a new PC word instead of homeless. What is it? Unhomed?
Displaced, unhoused.
Yeah,
Unhoused, that's
unhoused.
it. Yeah, so we might want to change that to unhoused. I was just told that this morning by one of the people in my office. So you have live music, you have poetry jam, you have art shows.
Yes.
Where do all these people come from?
They come from everywhere, to be honest. The last show we had, it was a different genre. It was metal and everything, and people enjoyed it. We had bands come from up north, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, even Richmond, Virginia. It's all connected and everything. They come to the Madison House and perform, and the next networking happens, and it just expands.
That's one of the best parts about finding bands from other states, cities. They usually bring a small piece of their audience with them to see them perform. That's why local music scenes are really great to me like that.
And we always do these events with a good message. Please come and bring water and non-perishables. Anything can help. And if you want to make a donation, we have a website where we accept money donations.
We are implementing a new thing where all bands that play at our house are gonna donate $50 worth of canned goods, just to help keep the food bank running, because all of the expensive with electric and all that stuff costs money to host the shows. So just that little bit of part to get their play their shows and stuff. So
And the new programs that are rolling in and everything. We're looking for the resources, and if it helps out when people love to donate and everything, whether it be journals, the resources we need for that aspect, or just money itself. They could do it through the website, or they could just send it straight to the Madison House.
And tell me about this virtual wellness check.
Okay, there it is. That's what I was talking about earlier. So, in terms of what's the right word? The virtual wellness check, from the way I see it, it's basically that's exactly what it is. It's sorry, it's.
But it's virtual, so is it?
Right.
How does that work for an old person like me? I mean,
All right, one of the best one of the points of the internet is the anonymity. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going through an issue, the virtual wellness check, it could be a nice, private, concealed way to address that issue. A lot of people might feel safer talking about something when they're not looking people in the eyes. I guess I guess anxiety or fears is one of the things that keep a lot of people from talking about their issues. So maybe I feel like sitting behind a screen and talking through your issues virtually could actually help a lot of people.
And the way we mainly do that too is through like Instagram Live or Facebook Live. People could tune in. We alternate people who starts the program and everything. One moment it could be Chris Townsend, the person who runs it. One moment it could be Eve. One moment it could be him. One moment it could be me. So we make sure to have that talks and everything. And if they do want to like DM or anything, they can DM the Madison House page itself. And if he's like, well, I need this, I need that, or I'm feeling like I'm having a crisis, we give you the resources you need and everything, and we help you get to the place that you need to be and everything, because since we're connected to a lot of things, we're able to get those resources fast.
that's amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing to me. So you have people from everywhere, even people from out of state. And when I was reviewing the website, Chris was saying people could come in and just fill up a bag with what they need and they leave.
Just leave. Yeah.
So they have not only sustenance, but you're giving these people, you're communicating with these people, and you're giving them, not through a professional manner, but just from being a human being, you're giving them some mental stability.
Yeah, because one thing about it is, there's not a lot of places, in this world where, people just stop and just say, hey, how you doing? And everything. We take creating a safe, sober environment where you're not judged at all, no matter who you are, we take that seriously. And if you need help, it's okay to ask. We make sure that it's okay to ask, whether it be in private or whether it be with a group of people. Because we also have those certain programs where it's specifically for mental health, Pride Month with the LGBTQ, or anything with fathers, mothers, anything that you need, we'll help you out with, or we'll lend an ear if you just need an ear, if you need advice. We have certain people that can do grouping. We have Jen Phelps with her grouping. I forgot what it's called.
Clarity.
The Clarity, and Chris Townsend, he's a peer recovery specialist, so now he is able to do grouping, and he's showing us how to, do it in a certain way where, we can legally do it, where we don't fully do what...
We don't counsel.
Yeah, we don't counsel, we just
Correct,
listen.
yeah. You're an ear.
Yeah.
And you're a human being who doesn't judge these people.
Yeah.
And you're there for them.
Sometimes all someone needs is
Someone there. That's what's absolutely so amazing is that is it. When I was talking to Meals on Wheels, when Miss Tweedy was here, we were having the conversation about that the people that will deliver a meal to them is typically, with the majority of those people, the only person that person sees all day long. And they live by themselves and they're totally alone. And being alone is just not a good thing, because human beings were not created to be by themselves. So tell us about, people can go to your website and donate. The house that you're using is virtually donated for you all to be able to use, correct?
Yeah, and we're actually trying to bring some new things. Like we're trying to recreate the love sign that we have there, and if people are willing to donate, they can go to the website, and there's literally a donation box. Madison House, MHOTA.org, or the Madison House of the Arts.org. Literally go there, and there's a button where you can donate, and it goes straight to the, where it needs to go. I guess the account of Madison House, and we can use that to either get more non-perishables, to help fund the events that we need to, get funded, and that'll help us out definitely, because we have a trip in September where we're going to the Blue Ridge Rock Festival. We're going to be the first ever safe sober tent, and we're considering it's going into our other program, the In Tune space, where we're hosting decompression groups, prompted journaling, and the love sign that we're building off of resources and everything, we're going to take there so people can write on it. And even then, we're going to make sure people write down their emails when they sign in and stuff, just so afterwards we could check in on you. Or if bands want to come perform and, create more non-perishables or help out in a way, they can sign in their band too. So the website and, even the Instagram itself, it helps out a lot trying to get the resources we need, because there are people who, want to help out, but they want to do it quietly.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to really be open about it, or, there's people who want to help out, but they don't know where or how they can see it there. So it's great. It's easy to work with.
So who cleans the house? Who mows the grass? Who does?
It's a whole teamwork thing. We all work together. We're actually having a cleaning day tomorrow for the Foster event that we're about to have.
To prepare for that.
Mm-hmm, we all prepare for it. I remember, funny story, I remember we had an art event last year called On Day One. It was actually around this time. And on day one, literally that day of, we had to take down so many art pieces and then put a lot more in canvases and, stuff like, that, and just put them on the walls hours before we had the event, and we were able to do it. So we all work together, and it gets done pretty fast.
And then as far as the lawn, I think we have some different, do we have lawn? How does our lawns go? 'Cause I know there's people that...
We have one.
Chris
We have our
Chris
one lawn.
actually mows the lawn.
Oh, really?
He brings his lawnmower from home, and next there's times where I mow the lawn. We had the weed eater, but we need to get it fixed.
There was just that one guy that took the banana tree.
Yeah, his name is Sam.
He didn't know what that was, and he trimmed it. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Sam, and he helps out bringing in logs for the fire pit, or taking our trash if we, can't, have too much trash in excess, because during programs, people throw away a lot of stuff, so we gain a lot of trash. And he helps out by, getting the trash and everything, and then next on top of that, he could probably help mow the lawn here and there. But other than that, it's just a whole teamwork thing.
So I have a question, because the three of you all are inspiring me more than anybody from a podcast, and it's because of your age. So, and maybe this is sort of a repeat, but tell us how old each of you are and how you got to the Madison House of the Arts.
Okay, I'm 22 years old, and I got there when I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time where I was at one of the lowest points in my life. Excuse me. But it was a time where I got there and I was one of the lowest points of my life. And I just found it picking up actually our mutual friends, because they needed a ride. And it was just like, all right, y'all are taking too long. So I just went inside the house. And as soon as I went inside the house, it was just Chris sitting down and this other person who is a nice barber. And he DJs for us sometimes, Marcus. He's amazing, and he cuts hair and everything. If you ever need him, he's on Instagram and stuff.
I don't have any hair.
But they were sitting down, and they literally just welcomed me with open arms and everything. And literally, ever since then, I just started going. I've been through a lot of rough patches. I was homeless and everything. They helped me out. literally just helped me out with resources I need, and I just kept going there. I fell in love then, and I was dedicated to helping other people just because I know how that predicament is.
So you ended up there by accident.
Yeah,
We all have.
You were just taking a ride somewhere.
Coincidence, yeah. And
That's awesome.
And I was just walked in and everything because they was talking about it. It's like, yeah, you could just come in, and I'm like, okay.
So you walk in and the vibe feels good.
The vibe feels amazing.
There's no negative energy.
There's nothing like the first Madhouse vibe.
See me, I'm not really a social person,
Mm-hmm.
but going to the Madison House brought that out because as soon as you go in there, you can't not be social because it's just giving you that vibe where you feel safe, but you don't have to worry about anything. Literally, I'm just there, you could be silent and in a corner and you still feel safe, like you're part of everything because, you have that type of energy. We have that type of energy.
So the house has great juju.
Yes.
All the time.
I'm all about that. So how did you end up there?
So I, at that time, I lived down the street from the Madison House, like 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 mutual friends of ours,
Same mutual friends.
Same mutual friends, actually. They were there, and I had not a thing to do. So I took the 2 blocks up. I walked in and was immediately caught in the same vibes. I am a wallflower at heart, so I took my seat in the kitchen and watched. And it felt amazing without being prompted. Chris Townsend walked up to me, welcomed me, open arms, a complete stranger. I ate snacks. And
So it was about the food.
it was always about the food. It's...
I'll have to bring you out some food.
Why, thank you. It's weird because I can't explain it now, but I didn't do anything that one day, and I kept coming back. I kept coming back because it was so open. So there were some days before I knew the Madhouse had an Instagram where I would just walk up to the door and knock just because I didn't know if it was open and I wanted somewhere to be. And it's one of the most interesting parts about the Madison House of Arts is the you can do it feel it gives. I can't paint, I can't draw, I can barely draw a straight line. And it inspired me to just sit down and try painting. And like with the instruments that were set up at the time and with the drum set that's still there was a very get up and play attitude to it. And everyone was so kind and welcoming to a beginner like me. I never felt like it's weird. I never felt like I couldn't do it. The only one I felt like was stopping me was me.
Was you? Yes.
Was me. Like I was my only critic. It wasn't that I was my biggest. It was I was the only one, and that freedom of knowing that everyone's behind you and supporting you and wanting to be better was amazing, and it's what inspired me to continue music. And now here I am in a band with my Jerry.
And you completely
That's
come out of
awesome.
your show.
Very.
You've blossomed into
So
such a-
what about you? Tell us.
Oh. Well, it was rough. The first time I came to the Madison House, I had moved there. It was my first full summer being in Lynchburg, and I hadn't really known a lot of people here. I only had like a couple of friends, and one person that I had hung out with and known a few times was Bella Elder, and she had passed, and it was her memorial service that I went to. That was the first time I went to the house, and it was so amazing. It was just so spiritual to be there. Everyone was so open and so supportive, and just the love that was there that night. And I came back after that, and it was exactly the same. We were.
How-
And that's, in fact, who we named our donation center after.
Yeah.
And how did she pass?
It was a car accident.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a car accident, and yeah, and she was young, and I think she represents a lot of what the house is. Her infectious laughter was amazing. She spent a lot of time in the just sorting through clothes, volunteering. She was good friends with some other people who go to the house, and some guys who are in the band. So, yeah, it's a big hit for the house. I think it's a big hit for us, but we're really happy to be honoring her in the way that we are.
You know, it's really funny. I talk to so many people. I've been in the real estate business 42 years, and I've had, Jonathan, I think, said 16 podcasts or something. And of course, most of the people that have been here have been similar ages to me. They might be 20 years less in age. None 40 years less in age. And the inspiration and the hope and the happiness that the three of you all give me, because quite frankly, I don't run across people that are 19 or 22 that are out there in any way, shape, or form helping people. So I guess now I want to seek those people out with other nonprofits.
They're
But
there.
yeah, well, and
Yeah,
I think you're going to have to email me some suggestions because you three are absolutely amazing.
Definitely, and like I said, if people, whoever tunes into the podcast, if you do, feel inclined to donate, we have our website.
Oh, we're
going
gonna push that donation.
And, literally will help out,
We got a
especially
big
with the
trip
resources we
coming
have
up.
to give. So
Yeah,
Reach a lot of people at that Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
Blue Ridge Rock Festival, and where is that?
It's right there it's like right on the border of North Carolina and Virginia, right next to Danville. I was there last year because a good friend of the Madison House got us sponsored, and he gave me 2 free tickets, and it's amazing. It's good.
So when is that event?
It's September 4th through the 8th, I think.
So do you actually go and you stay and you have to have? Do you camp
We're
or?
gonna be
We're camping and
In a tent?
Yeah.
No, we actually got a position. We're gonna have. That's why we need the resources and the money. We're gonna have like a different place where we can do the U-Haul, whatever we need to, and sleep wherever we need to. But mainly around that tent, we're gonna be going to sleep, waking up, working, helping people.
We're gonna be in our little staff shirts, and
Well, do they have somewhere for you to shower and all that stuff? Now I'm going to have to research
I've never been to a
this.
music
To
festival.
be honest,
so-
yes. They have those type of functions where it's right outside, but you can come back in anytime you please.
Well, I'm going to Google that and I'm going to find out more about it.
Definitely, it should. It's
Yeah,
because no matter
I
what,
might want to be there.
Please do.
It's a good.
And trust me, I don't look
Very
like it, but
supportive.
I'm a lot of fun.
I'm excited to be a part of the Intune space though, because I do love live music, but it can be very overwhelming sometimes, and it's gonna be it's a rock
Yes.
festival. There's gonna be moshing. So if anyone needs a break or to escape that chaos for a minute,
We're gonna be there.
Awesome.
just a little chill.
Well, we are out of time, but I do want to say www.mhota.org. Go make a donation. And thank all three of you so much
Thank
for
you.
what you do and are doing and what you will do. And I'm going to do some more investigating about you all because I'm enthralled in this whole situation,
Really, thank you
quite
for giving
frankly.
us the
Yeah,
opportunity.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Well,
Y'all have a great week.
have an astounding one.